What's up, everyone? Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Gizmo Storm is the DM, so I'm going to pass it over to him, and then he will give us a recap. Alright, Giz, go ahead and take it away. I need to take...
Alright, for a quick recap, at your last main stop, you guys picked up new people in the group, in the caravan. The mysterious one that's with the cult that is the only one you guys have seen have a positive reaction from the cult members. And then Gemma, the gnome that shows up and is kind of annoying, and
I love you, Daddy Warbucks.
she has found a bone sliver in one of your gruel one morning. Last night, you guys have fully rested from the encounter with the other sister of the doppelgangers.
I'm sorry, I thought we had canceled today.
Next week.
Okay then.
And now you guys are waking up in the morning to continue your travel with the caravan to Waterdeep. The next day is uneventful. That following night, you guys basically go to bed, and it's also uneventful. The next morning, on the other hand, when you guys wake up, it is a commotion going on around the camp. Apparently, one of the cultist guards was killed, stabbed in the back by a weapon too big to be a dagger. And the cultists at this point are accusing one of your members of being the murderer.
Who are they accusing?
Are you guys going to approach the murder scene, or are you just going to stay back?
I'm gonna come up. What's all the hubbub about? What's going on?
One of the other members of the caravan tells you that one of the cultists was basically stabbed in the back and left for dead under the wagon that he was supposed to be guarding.
And Asuka starts looking under the wagons. It's like, okay, so who's dead?
You can clearly see the dead cultist laying under the wagon.
Dark Mage Arcanis, thank you for the resub. Appreciate you.
Well, let's see. We had
years.
deaths. Does this look like the deaths and disappearances we had back earlier in the trip?
Nope, this one is more obvious and blatant that somebody came up, killed him, and left him where he lied. The other deaths were all more hidden and subtle. They're found dead in their beds or in their sleeping rolls, whereas this one is out in the open next to the wagon. And apparently they haven't come across any witnesses that will say who did it.
Well, we were up and about late last night with the doppelganger fight.
That was
we didn't
2
get
nights
anything
ago.
related to this. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, so Asifa will start trying to get close to the wagon to get down and look at the body.
Rana will go with her. I'd like to examine the body too.
Can I get an investigation check from both of you, please?
Can I use medicine?
Using a medicine check, you basically realize that he is dead. There is no bringing him back. And he was stabbed in the back by what looks like a short sword or similar sized weapon. As far with your investigation, you can tell that the only footprints around the body are from the onlookers
Hey, cold
and
spark.
other people that have been looking at the dead body and walking around this morning. No signs of whoever did it last night.
Okay, so I'll look up and start looking around at other guards that belong to this, and they didn't prevent me from coming up to the body. Is this the cultist wagon he's underneath?
It's the cultist wagon that was near the back of their small group, but the guards aren't letting you any farther than that, where the body is.
7? It's like 90% of Hoard the Dragon Queen
Okay,
is
so
the
who was on
Caravan.
duty with him?
The
last
Caravan,
night? What sort of time frame are we looking at? as to
when you
this could
look
have
at it, there is... Let me see if I can find it.
As you asked that,
When you look at it,
Olin and points at
the
him and says,
Caravan
"You,
starts
you're the one
way
that
down
did this.
here.
I bet if we compared
Way,
your
way
short
down
sword to
here
that
in
wound,
El
it'd be a
Toro.
perfect match."
And then it goes all the
And
way
the rest
up
of the cultists
here
start agreeing with him
to
immediately.
Waterdeep. It's almost 630 miles.
Why? What reason do you
And
have to suspect
measured
Roland?
out 630 miles of
It could
travel
be any short sword
along
that
the
did this
high
wound.
road.
Yes,
takes
it could be
something
any
like
short sword, but it
40
was
days.
his short
So
sword.
it's a
that
large
did it.
portion of this book.
I know it was him.
Why? Why do you know it was him? I really want to know.
Who
I don't
else would
think
have done
these
it?
people are really interested in reasoning with us.
Well, you haven't given them a chance yet. It's like, wait a minute. So who else would have done it? I don't know who would have done it. I don't know whether he would have done it. What evidence do we have that it was his short sword? Do you have your short sword
I
on you?
just know that his sword was the one that did it. It's a perfect match for the wound on my friend.
You haven't even compared them yet. How do you know that? Maybe your short sword is the one that did it. Can I take a look at that and compare it with the wound?
The guard pulls out his two-handed broadsword and says, "Sure, go ahead, compare it. It doesn't
Okay, so-
matter."
So it probably wasn't you then. I'll buy that.
Who are they trying to blame?
Roll
Me,
it.
Roland. So Roland's going to pull out his short sword and hand to Isafa for any check that she may want to do with it.
Okay. So I look at his sword and I compare it with the wound. And are there any notable
Yeah,
marks
it's a
on his
perfect
sword?
match. I told you his sword is the one that would match. He's the one that killed my friend last night.
It doesn't mean anything, you idiot. Any short sword would
Excuse me.
match.
Yes, but his short sword is the one that does match.
We don't even know that yet. I haven't gotten it close to the body yet to compare. Is there anything distinctive about the blade of your short sword, Roland?
No, it's a standard short sword that you pick up at any blacksmith.
Okay, so any other short sword's probably gonna match. And so I take it down there and it looks like it does fit, right?
Yes.
I would like to, in my headcanon, like, comparing the sword to the wound is like sticking the sword in the wound and like, yes, that is a good match, isn't it? As you slide it around. Stop that!
Well, okay, so who else has short swords? And I start looking around. Who else has short swords?
It doesn't matter. He's the one that did it. And all the guards are convinced 100%, no doubt, that Roland was the one that did it.
All of
That's-
the cultist gods.
Yes.
So
Let's
what do the
quit
other guys
reasoning
have?
with them, lads. I think they're only interested in blaming someone.
Well, that's fine, but I'm interested in finding out who killed this guy.
Oh,
So I start
probably
looking
one of
around.
them.
Oh, you don't have any more reason for that than they have for accusing you.
I'm pretty sure I do. They seem awfully suspicious, acting and accusing without solid evidence.
What about
So
that
as
boot
us-
print? You said there was a boot print. Does that match Roland?
Actually, I think these are all just the normal the prints of the people who've been gawking around. I don't see any prints that I can identify. You can look.
Roland's still going to take off his boot and hand to Isafa. Here, check this.
And I look, and he hasn't been up by the body. So do I find any tracks that look like they could have been made by
Half a
him?
dozen prints that could be his boot. They're the same size and shape.
Really wish I had
No distinguishing
prestidigitation.
marks in the footprint on the ground, and no distinguishing marks on his boot to say 100% whether it was or was not.
Okay, so hand the boots back.
So
Yes.
what you're saying is that it could have been one of how many people? One of maybe 50, 60 people that are in this caravan. But you have a feeling it was that one.
It's not a
That's
feeling.
what-
I know he's the one that did it.
Yeah, so you have a feeling.
It's not a feeling. I know he did it.
It sounds like a feeling.
I have a feeling too. My feeling is that even if Roland did kill this man, you will not lay a hand on him. I kind of hover over him menacingly.
I second
Meanwhile,
that, my friend. And I stand in front of Roland as well.
Okay. So while they're doing that, Aspa's looking around, looking at each person and what weapons they're carrying and who's got short swords and boots of roughly the right size. How many candidates do I find?
I think we broke him.
I was checking something really quick.
There is one thing that I want to do while all this is going on and people are sort of all of their cultist guards are converging around Roland and all of this is going on. I'd like to cast like Pass Without Trace, and I'm going to try and sneak into the caravan since they're all out of the caravan converging on Roland.
They are still guarding their wagons, but the way they're parked, they're all close enough together that even Pass Without Trace, high probability you will be seen.
And I want to know, I still want to know how, you guys are always so close together here. You guys are always in a group protecting wagon. How did one of your people get killed
gnats
under
are
your
global
wagon
cooldowns.
without anybody noticing?
Sounds like
Tell
an
me that.
inside job to me.
How could Roland have gotten close enough to kill this man? Are you guys saying you were slacking last night? That doesn't seem very likely given, we've been traveling with you for I don't know how long here now.
It was an inside job. They killed one of their own, trying to steal from him, whatever. Look at them. They're obvious just mercenary thugs. It's in their nature.
Wait a minute.
Is there any muttering or any, what's the attitude among non-cultists and non-us people?
Most of the rest of the crowd does not believe the cultists, and they are siding with you guys. And one of them steps forward and says, well, why don't you guys just check the wagon? See if anything was stolen.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
The muttering and accusations quickly stop.
Anyway, do you guys want help burying them or what?
No, just get away from our wagon.
You almost fucked me up there.
Okay, fine.
Because at the start of the session, he's like, it's been 2 days. It's like,
So for the people that are asking to check the wagon, I want to try and rile them up if I can to try and get them to be like, yes, let's check the wagon. Let's see what's inside there. Let's make sure that nothing was missing.
I will help you do inventory in the wagon. He said, not suspiciously.
The stranger that you guys saw that joined with the cultist steps forward and finally says something, even though none of you guys have heard him say anything the entire trip so far. No, that will not be necessary. Just everybody calm down. There is no witnesses, nothing can be done. The gods will punish the guilty party. The cultists pretty much accept this and basically remove the body. You see that some of them are going back to guarding their wagons, while a couple others take care of the last rites for the dead guard.
What does the stranger look like? We never really got a clear view of him before.
A human male. I think Crow's the only one that rolled high enough to notice the Wizard of Thay tattoos on his forehead. And he did tell someone about him. I do recall that.
I actually went around and told everybody about them.
Correct.
And even pointed him out to the people as well, before we set off again.
And even chided Asifa when she turned to look without being subtle.
You
Here you go. That's what he looks like.
Oh, that's subtle.
So, after he says his bit, he turns around, right? And leaves?
Yes, he returns back to the wagon that he was at. Most of the crowd that
Wait,
was
why?
headed
Why am I
back to the
checking my whisper?
wagons that you guys were trying to get like stirred up to
Or is
do
this
inventory,
which whisper?
they've returned back to their own wagons.
You gotta be specific, man. There's like 4 things that people can whisper me.
Okay. Well, if we get moving again in the day,
That's okay.
Crow's going to make
Thank
a point of looking out for 2 things. One is groups of their cultists sort of moving away from their caravan, and the second is just keeping an eye on Roland.
Roland's going to actually head back towards his cart because he'll try to find another way to get insight into their caravan or into their wagon later.
Rano stands around and growls menacingly at the cultists, as he is prone to do.
Nothing else happens. Every time one of the cultists sees Roland, they do shoot. Basically, they shoot daggers at him every time they see him. Utter disgust and hatred in their eyes every time Roland's in view. They don't try anything. They don't.
You cut out there, Giz, I think.
Sorry, my
No?
thumb slipped off my push to talk button. Basically, they're shooting daggers at Roland, but they continue about, and once the 2 that took care of the body return to their wagon, the caravan starts to move again.
This is first thing in the morning, right? They were accusing us of murdering them.
Yes.
And you said this is 3 days after we were before, so we're now currently 2 days out of Waterdeep?
Just so you know, since there was the time skip and the manual has a requirement on how many days have to pass and how many hours, for the 2 days you time skipped, I put down 8 hours of reading the manual.
That is fine. I was actually going to ask you about that. Because, yeah, there are days that we're going to skip because there's basically nothing going on. No major actions that would require you guys to do anything other than upkeep on things like the manual.
Are you saying that's coming next? Like after the confrontation, there's another skip?
Yes, there is going to be another skip, and we are going to be arriving in Waterdeep.
Okay, that will finish the manual. Right now I'm at 32. So if there's another day, put in enough between now and the next day to finish it.
Yes, you should have the manual finished by the time the caravan rolls into Waterdeep.
Hooray!
Okay, and as we near Waterdeep, Asfa's gonna ask her, wagon owner, what are your expectations when we get to Waterdeep? Are you just gonna pay me off at the gate? Do I have to help you unload it somewhere? What is it that you want?
As the caravan rolls into Waterdeep, most of the caravan goes off and they start dispersing to the various city markets, warehouses, and stables. You guys have all been paid for the 60 days, other than Crow. Sorry.
It's cool. I got paid for the 30.
Let's see, 60 days. So that's 6 times 5 for me.
I have no idea what my rate was.
Your rate was 10 per 10 because mine was half yours.
So I get 600?
That
No,
would
per 10 day.
every 10 days, so it's times 6.
You get 60.
Oh.
There were 6 10 days.
Yes.
I know the 600 would be nice, but no, it's your rate was 10 for every 10 day.
Gotcha. Threw me off
Okay,
there.
so are we paid off at the gate then, or?
As the wagons are dispersing, the merchants pay you guys off and thank you for escorting them. But you guys notice that the cultist wagons are not following the same pattern as all the other wagons. They're all just heading straight north to the north end of the city.
I would like to collect Lou's portion as well. On good faith, I will give it to him when he arrives.
Accepted.
He had the same rate as me, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
And
Okay, so we're
basically
gonna
what
leave
you
it.
guys have seen, everyone that was associated with the cult in any way, shape, or form follows the same pattern as the rest of the cult, heading straight to the north end of town. You guys see Gemna standing there, and she's like, I think we should follow them and find out where that treasure they have is going. We really, really need to know where it's going.
You don't say.
Duh.
Well, I want to keep following them. And she immediately heads off in that direction.
Well, that's good. That means we can follow her and be less obvious about following them.
I'm just gonna
So we
start
should probably
walking.
make a change of clothes first. Get back to our normal clothing attire, then start heading that way.
I never changed out of my normal clothing. He gave up the seaming like 2 days in.
I will follow the rest of the party in their plans.
Crow will redress himself in his usual attire, adorned with the black marker across his eyes, as is his usual custom.
Well, shall we go?
Who's sneakiest?
I believe I am. I say as I throw some shade towards Crow. I can turn invisible, and, if needed, I can shapeshift into something small and non-discreet. Non-discreet. Indescript.
He has an extremely good point.
I'm also not very good with words.
Okay, well let's go. I want to stay behind Gemna so that if they find somebody, they find her and not me. But if you can get up
You've
closer,
already
you can
lost
shoot.
her in the crowd. She's moved that fast that she's already out of sight.
Okay, let's go.
Hey man, Rano's
When you
intelligence
guys
isn't that
arrive
high.
at the north gate, you guys learn that the cultists, the wagons that came with your guys' convoy, are in a warehouse, and it looks heavily guarded. But you've also learned that other wagons have gone into that same warehouse to get ready for traveling north.
So like they're changing or that they're combining multiple?
It looks like they're possibly either combining multiple or condensing them down into less wagons. Basically overloading.
Are there like windows or what's the condition?
No, there isn't.
Okay. Well, I suppose we
Invisible.
go to the main gate. Are you going to wait here?
I think, yeah, why don't you go invisible and scout out while we wait here and sort of watch over?
Okay. I will use Hidden Step to become invisible. And then I'm going to, at half speed, so that I'm not like tromping through the forest here.
Through the city.
Through the city, yeah. I'm just gonna, very quietly walk up and try to take a peek in the door.
Basically, peeking in the door, you can see that there's five or six wagons in there. The four that were with your guys' convoy and a couple others, and it looks like they are moving large crates from one wagon to another, and they're packing the wagons as full as they can get them.
Okay. I guess I'll... What's my action? I guess I will just double back to the group and let them know what I've seen.
Does it look like they're hiring on anybody to help?
Would I have known that from my glance inside? Did it look like they were all cultists, or...
From what you could tell, they were all cultists.
No, I think it's only our quarry is inside. If anything, I know that not all of you are very keen on the way that I like to do things, but I would argue that now would be the time to strike. If we attack quickly, then we can determine, we can knock out the guards that are on hand and maybe insert ourselves into one of the wagons, ride quietly with the cargo to wherever it's intended to go.
I think it's worth a shot.
As you say that, Gemna appears next to you. I wouldn't try that. Did you take into account the archers on the roof?
Archers? What archers?
He points to a couple spots, and you can see that there is somebody up there. You can't tell if they're actually archers or not, but you can see people on the roof guarding or watching that front entrance to the warehouse. From what you can tell, that the warehouse itself is heavily watched and guarded.
And if they're going to travel for any length of time, how would we stay hidden? I'm not sure that's workable.
We could all just stay inside the wagon, and we can sustain ourselves with good berries, which I, by the way, cast for today, because that's what I do at the beginning of every day. Cast good berries, sing psalms and chants over the mead that is still fermenting, and
Well, so Gemna, what do you suggest?
I think it would probably be better just to go talk to the commander of the next convoy, the Ardred Briefer Hugh. He's the one in charge of all the guards for the next convoy. They're heading to the next destination is a workhouse because Lord Neverwinter is planning on repairing this road. So a lot of the other shipments going in that direction, on top of the cultists, will be supplies for road repair and the roadhouse repair. I think it'd be best to just try to get on there and just follow them from there.
I'll turn my back on Jamna. Since when do we start taking advice from this one?
Since the advice sounds workable?
I like my plan better.
It's not a bad plan.
What do you think, Finrod?
Well, I agree that if we tried to go through with stealthily taking out these workers loading crates, we might run afoul of the archers on the roof. So perhaps it is best to err on the side of caution.
I must stoop down to Jamna. I don't trust you. I don't like you. If you betray us, and I just kind of raise my fist, closing all the fingers as they crack.
Upon seeing that, Gemna raises her hand, clenches her hand in a fist as all of her knuckles crack as well, while she's staring right at you.
Rono nods. I take it back. I'm starting to like you.
I still think my idea would be the best way to do it. Just talk to Ardred and get hired on as a guard. I mean, the convoy need guards and laborers going out from Waterdeep to the workhouse. If you can't get on as a guard, you should definitely easily be able to get on as a laborer.
So how do you know that they're going to the same place that the cultists are going?
Because I've already seen a member of the cultists talking to him about their convoy stuff heading in that direction.
Okay. We'll need to watch for any. We would need to watch for any traces of them splitting off, so we make sure we follow them.
An easy enough thing to do from alongside them.
Yeah. What was you said, Ardred? What was the second name you said?
Are you talking about the guy we're supposed to talk to for the job?
Yeah.
Briefer Hugh?
Briffer Hugh?
That's well. At least I got the first name right.
Okay. Well, we should go see this Ardred.
Yeah. I mean, because I was looking for a way to get hired on. Getting hired on with someone not immediately with the cultist, that would be good.
Lead the way, Jamna. Where do we find this Ardred?
Probably over by the main gate where they're assembling the next convoy to head out. And she points in a direction, and you guys can easily see one person standing out because he's giving directions and everyone else is moving to what he says.
And that makes perfect sense. And for us, since we were released from our last convoy, of course we're going to go there and look for the next set of work.
I am not too excited about being conscripted for more labor. Well, let's move it then. Boy, oh, he's not here. Gemna.
Yes, Ronald.
One of ours has been lagging behind. Do you think you can deliver a message? Have him meet up with us?
Actually, two of us have lagged. Oh, no, only one.
Range.
Sorry. Time skip, sorry.
Right? Yeah, he's right there. Write a short note. It goes along the lines of, "Hey boy, we're doing this thing. You should probably join us." Rano. You remember our tiefling friend, yes?
Oh, yes, I remember him. I will make sure that this message is delivered to him.
Well, let's go get a job.
So we go queue up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this time my contract won't end early. Crow says as he begins dancing down the street.
As you guys approach him, he is assigning positions and talking to other members of various guilds and noble houses that are partnered with Lord Neverwinter for the repair of this road.
What time of day is it?
Oh, let's say roughly noon.
Okay. Good afternoon, good sir.
Yes, what can I help you with?
You are Ardred, yes?
Yes?
Fantastic. So, it appears that you're looking for hands to go and help with some labor. Just so happens that I have two very good ones right here, and several more behind me.
You have several more hands behind you?
Oh, yes. And I turn and sort of gesture towards the rest of the party.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I was wondering why you had hands in your backpack at first, but okay. Yes, we are looking for guards and for laborers. Lord Neverwinter wants this road repaired.
Well, we've all just been guards on the caravan from... I've forgotten.
Baldur's Gate.
From Daggerford. Baldur's Gate. From Baldur's Gate, yes.
And I will have you know, we were the best guards. 0 casualties among our wagons.
Yes. Word of your guys' ability to guard the wagons has been already reached me over on this. So, yes, we could easily use more guards. But I thought there was more of you.
How many more?
Well, I've heard rumors of a tiefling. I don't see one among you.
The boy will
But
be
the
joining
five-
us
the
shortly.
5 of you. Okay, well then he can catch the next caravan. But yes, there's a work camp. It's about 200 miles up the coast, and basically we need the caravans, the wagons with
Do you
all
see
these
200
supplies
miles?
protected, so it can get to that roadhouse. And once we get there, if you want, you guys can always hire on as laborers once you get there, because they're gonna need a lot of laborers to get this road repaired.
Oh, man.
Which we might, or if we see other caravans, we might hire on with them. I'm only committing to hiring for the caravan. For the trip. Guarding for the trip.
And how much for your guard positions?
This guy asking the question that matters.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it. It's not listed in here.
What'd you open the door for? Okay, appreciate that. That's why you're the best.
Well, we can go like
That's why I gotta come
10 gold for
and
each of you
kiss
for
on
the
your face.
200 miles. I mean, it'll only take like 10 days.
You said that was how much gold?
10?
Oh, that seems fine.
Basically, we'll pay you guys like 1 gold per day. The trip will take 10 days to make the 200-mile trip.
I'm a little curious why
Turn on
the
the other
crew's
fan,
setting
sorry
out
for the
from here
noise.
rather than from Neverwinter if you're doing this for the Lord of Neverwinter.
Well, supplies are being hauled in from all over the place. I mean, they probably have work crews starting on that end working this way.
Oh, that's probably true.
Can you guys hear that? Is it making a
And
lot
yes,
of extra noise?
Mr. Furbolg, I did say 200 miles.
So, what time shall we be off?
We will be heading off first thing in the
I
morning.
could do.
And so would you like us to meet where and before dawn, I presume?
Meet right here before dawn.
Come on, out of the way. Out
Okay,
of the way. Well, how do we spend our night in town? You know, in all my years of travel, I happen to know of a tavern. I'm sure you guys have heard of it as well, but as it is, I'm friends with the owner.
Oh?
We are in Waterdeep, yeah?
Yes, you are.
Where? Are we in the trade ward?
Right now, you guys are on the north gate, where the caravans are all assembling to basically head out to repair the road.
Come to the portal!
Okay,
Through the
fantastic.
portal.
Out.
Now I'm just curious to see what Giz is going to allow for our shenanigans in the yawning portal.
Shouldn't we be watching over our reclusive friends?
Well, I mean, you can do that. Oh, I suppose you're right. What do you suggest instead, Isifa?
I don't know, maybe see if we can find an inn close to that and then do sort of a rotating watch?
Sure. I don't know. What? Giz has been quiet for too long.
Okay.
I'm scared.
So, what else do you guys plan on doing? We already know that you guys plan on doing the rotating watch to keep an eye on the cultists.
Actually, if we are in Waterdeep, I have some business to attend to. So I'm going to go to the party before they start their watch. I need you to excuse me. I have someone in town that I need to see. I shall return before the end of the night.
Okay, anything
Now
we
that
should
you
know about?
mention-
No, nothing that is of concern to you.
Now that you mention it, I might take little away time. But I too will be back before
He's looking at my
the end
sheet.
of nightfall.
And how about you two? Asva says as she looks at Roland and Finron.
Roland's actually needs to visit a place to get spellcasting components.
Me, I have no needs in particular. I might just go and get a drink.
I love you, Daddy Warbucks.
Sarantagash, thank you for the resub, brother. 13 months. Love you. Welcome back. I'm glad you're part of the family.
As far as you can tell, the warehouse is still come and go. They've talked to Arden about the convoy. You could hear them arguing.
Arguing about what?
You were too far away to hear it, but you could tell that they were arguing about something. But apparently, Arden won that argument because the cultists walked away and very quickly returned to the warehouse, and then you could hear more noise coming from the warehouse, like they're condensing their loads even more.
So I sort of come up to Arden and say, "Oh, hi. What was that all about? And do you know of any inns right in this neighborhood?" Hello?
Sorry, I missed the question.
So
I know,
Asif,
man.
like,
You know,
came
you're
up to
telling me.
Arden as he was leaving that and just sort of curiously said, "Oh, hi. Goodness, what was that all about? And do you know of any inns right in this area for us to stay the night in?"
He points to the nearest building and says, "There's always rooms there to sleep." And that was just, they wanted to bring more wagons than was originally agreed upon. They wanted to bring 4 wagons, and I told them that the original arrangement was they could only have 3.
Oh, so is that group traveling along with the folks we're guarding?
Yep, they're headed that way as well.
Okay. They came along in the caravan. We came from.
Now
Baldur's Gate,
remember,
and they're kind of standoffish
It's not a
folks, but-
D100, Trentagash. The wondrous item
Thanks for
table
the
has
recommendation, and
changed.
she heads off her-
So with a 1,000 bits, that would be, you can either do two items from table F or 1 item from table G.
No one else going to do anything for tonight? In the morning.
Either way, it's a
Crow
D20, not a
disappearing for the
D100.
night. I don't know if you happen to have read his backstory, but he's going to go and look over the old noble house.
Table G. All right, come on.
Used to live.
Let's see what it is.
Or what's left of it.
D20
Kind of
12.
spend a bit of time there.
It is a
remembering
Dragon
what went on
Slayer
before,
sword,
rejoining the
which is pretty pertinent since this is the Horde of the Dragon Queen. Okay,
As you enter the
I need
main
you to
gates,
choose
you see are
what kind of
halfway
sword,
knocked off their
what kind of
hinges.
damage.
You can
Or
tell
no,
that
does the Dragon Slayer
land
always do
and
force
the
damage?
buildings are in great
Or does it do-
disrepair, as if nobody has lived there for a long time. No ill effect to you, but you can still
36
smell
damage
the
of the
poison
weapons
in
type.
the air.
Yep. So you
can
so
see
you
a
would
lot of the
choose
building has
a
fallen, including the main house.
Oh, it's just-
and
so if it's
the
slashing
house
damage.
that you lived in.
That's stupid.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna Take a
Best
bit
bet
of
is
a
probably a
stroll
short
down
sword because we have a
memory
lot
lane,
of
as it were.
roguish types
looking through
and dual
his old
wielders.
house and things like that.
Long sword would be good
drinking
too.
one of the-
No, not really.
Water skins of ale.
We have
that
a
he still
barb, but
has
our
left.
barb is a 2-weapon fighter.
As you're walking by like the main house, you can see that it's not a matter of it was like attacked. but just it's falling apart because no one's there to maintain
Short
it
sword.
anymore.
All right.
And apparently nobody wants it because, I mean, usually an abandoned house is a good place for like street urchins to live, but you don't even see signs of them here. It's like the entire place has been like a black plague. Nobody has gone near it since your backstory.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just hang out there for a while. Look, I mean, I'm assuming that anything that was there would have been picked clean, so I'm not expecting to really find anything. But after a while of sort of looking through, he'll head back.
Did you want to RP my thing as well, or did you just want to leave it in the whispers?
We can RP it. Everyone likes a good backstory.
Okay. So, Rano makes his way to the dock ward. It's a familiar route that he's taken many times over his years as an adventurer. And he makes his way to the Starry Cradles Orphanage. And as he arrives, the children, seeing him out through the window, all kind of run out and start kind of corralling around him. It's Rano's back! Papa Rano's back! And he just kind of pats him on their head. Hello, child. Yes, it is good to see you. Well, and how are things? And he kind of stoops down and he talks with the kids for a minute before the matron comes out. And imagine she would just kind of like wring her hands nervously, and he would go up and give her a hug. It's not much this time. Trouble's on the road. But here, and he gives her a pouch with 50 coins.
Thank you, Rano. Any bit you can give helps. Once we saw you approaching, we let them know, but they still don't want to come and talk to you, or they don't want to see you because of whatever happened in the past.
That's fine. Just make sure that the children are provided for. And
Yes. The McSaw are well cared for while they are here.
this is good. As long as I walk Toro, there will always be coin for you and the children. But I can't stay long. I have to get back. Another job. I'll be leaving in the morning.
Thank you again, Rano. I do wish that they would at least come out and see you.
No, that's all right. They don't have to. And then he's gonna walk away.
As you're walking away, you can hear the other kids saying, Ronald, come back! Stay with us for a while!
He doesn't say anything. He just keeps walking, trying to hold back the tears.
They basically follow you to the edge of the orphanage property. And as you're walking away, you can still hear them, Ronald, come back! Stay with us! And their voices are getting softer and softer. You can still hear one or two screaming at what would be pretty close to the top of their lungs, calling for you to come back.
This isn't my first rodeo. Rano ignores them and walks away. So as I walk to the group, you see Rano's just kind of... His face is very stern and solemn. Seems to be much grumpier than the usual.
As you are approaching the north gate, you can see that Osifa is heading into an inn. You still do not see Crow.
Ronno's gonna be the first to die.
See Roland coming back from
Why?
his shopping trip and his supplies for casting. Finneron?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm just curious as to what you were doing between the time you guys got hired till now.
Oh, mostly practicing a few of my sets, getting a few drinks. Nothing particularly interesting.
Well, the four that are back can see that while Asfa's leading, she's heading into the inn for the night. As the three of you are there returning. Crow, how long will you be meditating before heading back?
Probably until nightfall. Once nightfall hits, Crow will make his way back to the rest of the party. He knows that they're going to be in somewhere nearby, so he'll just kind of poke around and see if he hears Rano shouting somewhere.
As you approach the north gate area, you do not see any of your party members, but you can see that there is one inn nearby that is well lit, and you're pretty sure that's where the rest of your party went.
Yep, cool.
And as you're approaching, you can hear a few strings being strummed, and you recognize it as Finrond right off the bat.
All right, yep, Crow will just stride into the room.
Alright, will you guys be doing anything else for the night, or going to bed and sleep?
Sleep.
Yep, Crow will do his usual of, it being sunset. He'll put his dark vision on, and then meditate for an hour, and then go to bed.
As dawn approaches, you guys can hear that the caravan is getting assembled. You can hear Ardred calling up to the different wagons, telling them to get ready to go, looking around for the guards.
Here we are.
Yep, they're bright and early.
Can we get on with this?
As you say that, Ardred looks at you and he's like, I couldn't agree more. As you guys approach the caravan, though, you can see a few of the laborers are some of the cultists from the earlier convoys, and some of the other guards are also the cultists.
Good.
We are outnumbered.
You guys can see that the caravan is basically 2 dozen guards, counting yourself, a lot of laborers, and maybe half a dozen wagons.
Are the cultist wagons still holding very separate?
They're at the back of the convoy, but they are with the convoy. They're not separating themselves as much as they did on the trip from Baldur's Gate.
Okay. And any that Asifa particularly recognizes, she sees them, smile, nod, move on, doing the normal stuff, but acknowledging that she recognizes them.
Crow will climb up onto one of the wagons and say, "Worry not, laborers of the land. We will keep you safe. You have nothing to fear on the road while you travel with those great heroes."
You can see by the look on the cultist's face that most of them recognize you guys, especially Roland. You are getting a lot of daggers shot in your direction.
Ooh.
Dirty looks. You can see that they are not happy to see you guys at all.
Rano starts walking past them, but then just stops and turns and snaps. You will not look at me in such a manner. And he pulls out his mace. I will gladly bash your head and turn away.
Arden immediately looks at you and says, "Put that away. Weapons are only for anything that tries to attack this caravan, not attacking each other."
Just growls as he puts it away, giving the cultist a death glare.
It's okay, Rano. If you really want to, I can teach you how to use your fists.
And as soon as you guys are at the wagons, you guys head out. You guys can see Gemma's on one of the wagons, about near the middle, where she can easily still keep an eye on the cultists, but trying to look like she's not watching them, but it's obvious that she is.
Subtle.
Yeah, she's supposed to be this master spy, right?
Well, they already know she's there. There's no point in trying subtle anymore.
Oh, Asfa, waves at Gemna and smiles when she sees Gemna.
Gemna smiles and waves back. The first day passes without any incident. On the second day, as you guys are traveling through all the swamps, and I just had a road description, but I lost it.
Asif is doing her usual of making sure things stay moving and glaring at anyone that looks like they might be delaying things.
Rano is sitting cross-legged with the barrel of ale in front of him, continuing to squash good berries and add them to the mixture as he prays and makes strange gestures over the barrel.
As you guys are traveling, you know that the high road, which is the one that connects Waterdeep to Neverwinter, in between that there is a cold coastal marsh called Mere of Dead Men. And over the years, this mere has continued to expand, and it floods the road, so then they just move the road around it. Well, now they are, with the eruption of Mount Hotenau, the city is in ruins, and efforts are basically trying to keep this road open now at all costs, thus all the laborers and the construction crews. And like I said, your first day was uneventful. On the second day, you can hear noise coming from the marsh as you guys are traveling.
What
kind
sort
of
of
noise?
noises?
The kind of noise is off to the left-hand side of the
Ew.
caravan, as a group of lizard folks jump out to attack you guys.
Oh yeah, time to party. Oh god.
Hold on. No, where's my token?
Just drag yourself from your journal.
Okay,
You're on the wagon at the back of the convoy.
thank you.
Woohoo! What I have 5.
Rano, you have first action.
So they leap out, obviously hostile, right?
Correct.
Alright, Giz. I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals. And I would like to summon 4 beasts of CR 1/2. So you get to choose what animals are summoned. Best way to do it is, KFC beast with max and min of 1/2, and it'll give you a list of everything that there is, and you just pick it. Although I don't know if your KFC has all the ones that we have available, but it doesn't matter. We'll sort it out later.
CR 1/2, I show about 10 of them.
Yeah, on my screen I have like 20. But that's okay. We'll just... What would you like to summon?
Giant wasp.
Oh, excellent. A very good choice. Okay, when they're summoned, they roll their own initiative, but they are obviously, they're friendly to me and my companions, and they follow verbal commands that I issue to them. We'll see, we'll summon there. Alright, so there's my giant wasps, and I'm gonna tell them, get the lizard folk! And I will be done after I note down giant wasp as a beast that I have now seen. Oh, tricky.
No, it's a good thing I rolled 6 and not 7, because 7 was a reef shark, and that wouldn't have lasted very long in the marsh.
Maybe.
Angry Crow, it is your turn.
I gotta reload to get rid of that.
Okay, well, let's see.
Dragon Slayer, Rano.
Yep.
Okay.
Crow's gonna hop on down off the wagon and move to attack. He's gonna draw his Tanto. He's gonna slide on up there and try and stab this lizard folk here. Oh, I need to add something real quick.
Okay. Now we need that. Where's my sheet?
Okay, so yep, he's just gonna try and give him a good old stab.
And that attack misses.
Okay, as a bonus action, he's just gonna attack him with an arm strike. Oh, ignore the 6 for sneak attack.
And that one hits.
Okay.
Dragon Slayer was the other one I needed to...
Anything else?
Yep, he's just gonna move away. And that will end his turn.
Roland. I kind of like how you guys fell in line based on where I randomly put you on the wagon.
Yes.
Roland is going to use his action for his act of the blade to conjure a great sword in his hands. And then we'll get down to here. Then that's going to be it.
Did you hear that, Tarantagash? A great sword.
Osifa?
He's doing great weapon mastery pact block. That's okay.
Asfa is jumping
I can
down
dig it.
into the fray, goes into a rage, which is, I've forgotten the radius, 10? Yes, 10 foot. So she goes into a rage, which causes damage, and she recklessly plows in with her first attack on the upper one, using my natural 20.
Oh, look, you hit.
And let's see, crit is an additional d6. Phew, a whole extra
Huh.
one.
Oof.
Plus what is it? 2. He took 2 from my.
Yep, he took
Rage
2
aura.
from the rage, from the storm aura. He also
Okay.
took 2 from the rage and slashing, and
Okay, and then I'm gonna use a second attack with the main hand. Ugh, that one's gonna miss. And then
that misses.
let's see. I used my bonus action to trigger the rage, so that will end my turn.
Finrond, it is your turn.
Okay, I will use my turn to grant Asifa a bardic inspiration die.
It's a bonus action, so you still have your action.
Oh, all right. That is my bonus action. For my action, I will firebolt the nearest lizard man.
And that one hits him.
Okay, and that is it.
It is now the giant wasp.
So Giz, the way it works is they're friendly to us. You still control them. I didn't know if you wanted to move them and attack with them, or if you wanted me to do it, so it's less you have to manage.
The top 2.
That answers that. Woo! Yes.
Alright, I gotta... what's the DC?
Huh. There it is. In the bio and info, it says it's DC 11.
Alright, does he roll con?
Sorry, I know you're working on the sheet. I was just going to copy it over.
No, that's fine. I'm just, what stat am I rolling?
Yes, con. So they take half of the poison damage.
Wow, sturdy lizard folk.
Yeah.
Alright, the second wasp is going to move since his target is dead. Alright, so he takes the 6 piercing and half of the poison, so he takes 14.
Man, these giant wasps are no joke.
For real.
Yeah, it ain't about to get worse. Even if he makes a save, he goes down as well.
No. Well, remember, if the poison damage reduces target to 0, they're stable but poisoned. So then we can have someone to interrogate. Although, I mean, they're lizard folk. I don't know why I'd want to talk to them. Why did you attack us? It's what we do. It's like...
And seeing that one go down, the last one's going to attack the one directly below him.
I feel like the lizard folks' con saves are broken.
No.
They're all getting 20s.
It's
There.
all... Well, yeah. Eh? Yeah, see, look, those are all different. It's just... Giz is hot, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's hot for the wrong team. It's hot for the ones that are the
Hey,
wasps.
I offered to control them.
That's the right team.
You control them. You decide when they're done.
Well, they've all attacked. So what lizard folk I have left,
Oh, there's
the one's
Ooh,
going to
shit.
attack the wasp right next to him.
No, my baby.
The other 3, on the other hand, Asta.
That's a miss.
No, you get an opportunity attack. The one moved out of range.
Oh!
They each picked a different
Oh.
target. Alright, I'll start with the one up by Roland.
Go.
Those are hits.
Asifa.
Second one's a hit.
Finrond.
Both of those are misses.
And the first one that attacked missed his second attack on the bee. Rano is... We're up to you now.
Alright, Rano, first, I'm gonna command the wasps. Protect them! Pointing to Roland and Isfa. And then we're gonna throw a produce flame at the lizard folk here. Actually, how far away? 30 feet? Yeah, we're not gonna produce a flame. We're gonna hit him with the thorn whip. So he takes 4 damage and is pulled 10 feet closer to me. And then I'm done.
Okay. Angry Crow, it is your.
All right. Crow's going to draw a dagger in his offhand and begin moving. It's 35. He's going to go ahead and try and stab this guy.
Look at that. Brought him right to you.
And that one falls dead.
He's just going to come around here and just try and kick.
And that hits.
Okay, that'll end his turn.
Roland.
Okay. Let's see. Everyone's going to start out casting. There it goes. Branding Smite.
Oh dear.
And then he's going to swing with his great sword. And there's the Branding Smite. Ignore the sneak attack for the Branding Smite.
With Crow in range, don't you have? Oh, doesn't matter.
Nope. I don't think you can sneak attack with the greatsword anyway.
Makes sense.
Okay, will there be anything else?
Or am I confused?
That's it.
Wasafa, what would you like to do?
Finesse range.
I am going to recklessly slash at this thing. And I'm going to slash at him again with the, same hand.
Okay, your second attack hit the dead body, and yeah, he's definitely dead.
And I'm going to move over here and do my offhand against this guy.
Eh! Eh! What the hell happened?
Been around?
Okay.
I'm gonna attack my
I'm
friend.
going to whip out my rapier and swish slash at this lizard man.
And with that swing, that lizard falls off the wagon, obviously dead.
Alrighty. That's all for me.
Buzz.
Okay. Now that all the lizard folk are dead, are the giant wasps going to do anything? Or do we end combat here?
Oh no, they wouldn't do anything else if the lizard folk are dead. They last for an hour though, so I guess they're just gonna hover by my wagon, keep me company.
Those are nice little pets.
Yes, all of nature's creatures are to be revered and can be valuable allies.
Do you need to heal up that one? He looks kind of a little worse for wear.
Oh, he will be fine, I assure you. You see these creatures? And I kind of reach up and touch one of the wasps. Even though it seems to be a beast of flesh and bone, this is actually a fey creature. And should it fall in battle, it actually does not die. It simply returns to the Feywild and rejoins the spirit of nature in its homed plane.
And there you have it, labourers. Our heroes have kept you safe. You need not fear as long as we are here. Crow shouts very loudly, gesturing in very dramatic poses to everybody around him.
And once again, Asfa glares at the people who didn't help fight. Not the laborers, they're fine, but the other guards. It's like, and where were you during this battle?
You hear one of the guards, who looks like he's been run through the ringer, says, "We had our own lizard folk to deal with, and we lost one of our guards defending our section of the caravan."
Oh, well, Asfa would have probably known that. Okay.
Well, you were busy with your own combat. You wouldn't have seen combat in another part of the caravan.
You said you lost a man?
Yes, we lost one man.
Do you have... and Rano, you see he's kind of searching for the common word. A gem. Diamond. I can restore your friend.
Do we have to find all the pieces of him?
Not necessarily. I can return him to life, but it will be difficult if he is missing things.
The lizard folk tore him to shreds before we even knew they were attacking.
I hear you.
We found out that we were under attack when we saw his head rolling away from his wagon.
Ah. If he has been removed from his head, then I'm afraid I cannot help. I turn to the wasps. Dig a hole somewhere to bury the bodies. And then I turn to the man. This is the least I can do. Maybe you can give your friend a proper send-off.
They spend a little bit of time and they help quickly bury him. And then the caravan continues when you guys hear Arden yelling, "Just forget about the dead. We have to get the rest of these guys to the workhouse. This road will not repair itself."
I'm assuming an hour goes by and then the wasps are gone.
Yes.
Short rest while we travel that hour, or...
The rest of the day remains uneventful.
Cool.
All the way till night, and then you guys get a long rest before starting out the next day.
Excellent. Start the day with good berries. I mean, you know the routine.
Around the middle of the third day, you guys can hear a loud commotion coming from the front of the caravan.
Because it wasn't at night. It was in the...
And you guys can hear a loud commotion coming from behind you.
What fresh hell is this?
Yep, I was just going to stand on the caravan and look front and back.
Yep.
As you are turning to look back, a troll comes busting out of the swamp directly at your guys' section of the caravan.
Ah! By all the fiends in Avernus! That is ugly!
Does it look hostile?
It's a troll.
Well, that's what he looks like. I don't know, do you think he looks hostile? I think he does.
Depends on what he does.
Maybe he's just tragically misunderstood.
Hostile is as hostile does.
Damn, I rolled a 20 and I'm third? You guys suck.
Finrond, as you see the troll rushing the caravan, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast the following. Hold on. Quick question though: do trolls count as humanoids?
Monstrosities.
No, they do not.
Okay, never mind.
Humanoids are literally
cast-
just regular people, like drow, elves, humans.
Trolls are giants.
Yeah, well, not
Okay.
humanoid. I knew that much.
Yeah.
History check.
Okay then. I will cast. For now, I'll just stick with Firebolt.
And your firebolt misses.
Okay, that's my turn.
Go ahead with that roll.
Okay. 2 GM.
Based on your roll, you know that a lot about trolls.
Okay, I'll do that on my
You know
turn.
that they can regenerate. You know that they are chaotic evil.
Why are you saying it out loud? You're stealing it from me.
And Roland, what are you going to do?
Roland is just going to stare at the troll and cast. Here we go. Mind Spike.
He does not pass that.
Right, and then getting down behind this wagon.
Okay, will you do anything else?
Nope.
Ronald, what would you like to do?
Well, are you ready again? I would like to cast Conjure Animals at 4 CR 1/2.
That was CR 1/2.
Yep, same as last time.
You just summoned 4 giant goats.
Yes! I'm gonna summon them right here. I'm waiting for it. There it is.
Alright, I know combat just started, but you guys did have a long rest before now, so you guys should have been at full hit points before this fight started.
Alright, as the goats appear, I'm gonna shout a series of commands. First to the goats, pummel him with your horns! The rest of you, fire and acid! It will regenerate! And then that's it. I have no bonus actions right now.
Asifa, what would you like to do?
Asifa kind of glances over at Rano a little certainly because she's not sure what that means, and then hops down off the wagon. Heads in.
Oh, wait a minute. Why
Goes
we didn't
into a
roll for the
rage and
goats? Sorry, go ahead.
and recklessly attacks the thing. so that's main hand, first attack, second attack, and that will be it because I cast rage on the bonus.
I've been goaded. Yes, I have. But that's okay, because now Giant Goat
All
gets
right.
added to my repertoire.
Ronald, I will let you control the goat.
I figured it would get to that point. It's annoying. Alright, so the goats, they're already adjacent, so they can't charge. They're just gonna all try to ram it.
And 2 of them connect, and he takes 14 points.
Alright, that's it.
It is now the troll's turn. And it is going to attack Ossitha, who's standing right there.
And is flattered that it sees her as a bigger threat than these goats.
Don't you make fun of my goats.
Those goats are wonderful. That's why if it thinks that I'm a bigger threat, it's like, wow, that's quite good to me.
Bleh.
Oh, this is not good.
You just said it was good that he thought you were a threat.
Yeah, that was good. Oh wait, I only take half.
Yeah.
And Angry Crow, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, Crow's gonna slide on in, draw his Tanto, and get to stab. Gonna try and stab him.
And that hits.
Okay, he's gonna move a little. To there, and gonna give him the old backflip kick as he moves away.
And that kick connects as you're moving away.
That'll end his turn.
Finneron.
Okay. Just another firebolt from.
Shit.
And that firebolt misses.
Okay, then Bardic Inspiration to Esifa.
I still have the last one.
From yesterday.
They only last 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, will there be anything else? Any movement or anything? Finneron?
Nope, that's it for me.
Roland.
Okay, Roland's gonna place a curse on the troll. And then he's going to fire from a short bow at it. That's gonna miss.
Yes, that misses.
That's it.
Toronto.
Alright, I am going to throw a Produce Flame at it. And I will go ahead and get rid of that. As soon as I can
Okay, roll the
find the
damage.
Produce Flame, there it is.
Roll another 2d8.
So 11 fire. And then bonus action will healing word on Isifa.
Okay. Isfa, heal for 12.
Yep.
And then I'll be done.
And Isfa, it is now your turn.
Okay, she's mad and recklessly goes into a whirlwind of scimitars.
So Paul, is it Paulgetta or Paulgetta? Either way, it's good to meet you. Rip.
And then that would end. That would end the turn. Does that take us out of combat?
I don't know.
That's what I'm checking right now because it is a
Paulgetta.
troll.
Okay, cool. I got it.
Yes, I believe that does take us out of combat.
Oh, hell.
And so Asifa looks over at Rano and says, "What did you mean it regenerates?"
It can heal itself. It every so long its skin stitches back together. I've seen them in my travels. Dangerous lot. The only way to stop them from healing is to either burn them with fire or to sear them with acid.
You used fire, right?
I did, yes. Me and my...
So is that why it's dead? Did it? So should I have not hit it?
No, by all means, continue to hit it. But we have to constantly apply pressure with fire or acid. Otherwise, it'll simply recover from our blows. Also, Giz, before you jump to the next thing, it looks like the troll left a sword. What? It's crazy.
Trolls have swords?
It was sticking out of his back. He ignored it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he just regenerated the skin around it. So for him, he didn't feel it.
Yeah, it was
But
no more
as
of a
you are
nuisance than like a
recovering
wart, you know, or a pimple. It's just... but it's a short sword, and it has a small symbol etched on the hilt. It's like a stylized dragon with big comical X's on its eyes.
Hey, look, guys! Look what I found in it.
What's that?
And I don't know. It's a sword. It's got some etchings on it. Hey, Roland, do you need another sword?
I mean, I'm carrying two, but I guess a third could be useful.
Look at this. It's got this etching thing on it with a dragon with funny eyes.
If only there was some way to determine what it did.
Oh yeah, you can do that, can't you?
No. None of us have identify on our spell
can?
list except for Finrod. The only way to figure out what it does is if someone were to try to like attune to it. Which we saw how that goes, right?
Attuning
It
to a
so-
weapon.
It certainly looks
blind.
nice.
Yeah, attuning to a weapon blind. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
It's not like it could be a berserker's axe. Someone goes berserk and kills a party member. That would never happen.
Yeah, I've never heard of that happening before.
Cool beat. So who took it?
Roland took it.
It's a short sword, by the way. I don't know if I said that earlier.
Yeah.
What comes next, Giz? Is there a break, or I'm just trying to figure out if I have to show him what it is?
Yep, there is a break. You guys will have a couple days actually of semi-peaceful. I mean, you got the usual grumbling. You've heard from a few of the other guards that they lost another member. The commotion of the troll you guys had, they had one of their own, and those bites and slashes that you took off Osifa, the guard that took it in the front, was not quite as well defended for such an attack.
If if he tried to attune to the weapon over the break, he would know what it is.
That would be the plan.
It's a Dragon Slayer. Doesn't require attunement. +1 bonus attack and damage rolls with the weapon. And if you hit a dragon, it takes an extra 3d6 slashing. Or piercing. Short swords are slashing, right?
Yes.
Piercing, I think. I think scimitars are slashing, but short swords are piercing.
Yes.
Yeah, Pearson. Very nice.
Alright, now I can scratch it off.
As you are looking at your Dragon Slayer's sword, you can hear some of the cultist guards. Oh, sure, now he has another short sword for killing our people. Wonder which one of our friends he's going to kill next with his new sword.
Yeah, because you're all dead so far for this trip, right?
It's probably going to be the most loudmouthed and annoying one, Finron says, eyeing the person who spoke up.
So Roland will just give an eye glance over towards them, and as he smiles with his new sword, as I mentioned.
Oh, goats disappear. It'd be cool if they lasted a day. Build a goat army.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they lasted a day, but you guys traveled a couple days where nothing happened. I mean, as you are going through this marsh, basically all you hear is insects, small insects, not the kind that are going to attack you, other than like a small mosquito bite. Nothing major happens. Osfar, are you going to stay up there, or are you going to return to your wagon?
What was the question?
I was asking Osfa if she was going to return to her weapon. But you guys have had a couple days of rest. And on the 6th day, the familiar sound of sloshing comes from the side of the caravan as lizard folk appeared to attack you.
Alright. One more time?
Yep.
This is a hack 'em smash 'em trip. Hack 'em machi.
It's because it already started. And it has a cooldown.
Rolling.
It's sticking it on.
Just once I'd like to go before Rano and he summons his little mini horde.
What? I wouldn't. Why?
Asifa, you are first. You can clearly see them attacking the wagons or coming up to attack.
Okay, so she comes and rages at them and recklessly starts with the one here on the top. And what's his status after those 2 hits?
On your second hit, that one above you dies.
Okay, so she backhands with the offhand to the one below her. And pokes him. Says, "Here I am." And then that'll end turn. Oh wait, I can't do that because never mind, that didn't happen because I raged. As my bonus action. So that one didn't happen. End turn.
Roland.
Where's the turn? Here it is.
All right. From here, I am going to use my short bow. Attack that one below Ispa.
And that attack misses.
And that.
Okay, Angry Crow. You
All right.
can see them attacking. You can hear Asifa fighting.
Yep, Crow's gonna once again draw his Tanto and move into attack. He's gonna go ahead and try and stab. And then
And
kick.
And you kicked a little high and you missed.
And he's just gonna move back to there. End of turn.
Rano.
I would like to summon 4 CR1 half-beats.
Cast a spell.
Give Daddy something good.
Gonna have to re-roll. I do not see how a giant seahorse can fight in the marsh.
Marsh, there's water, right? You don't have to be nice, man. Summon that giant seahorses. Horses.
4 giant seahorses.
Brr.
And Crow, where you were just standing, you can see 4 seahorses start to like peek up out of the marsh to attack the lizard folk that are right there. And Rano, will there be anything else?
Yeah. Yell at the seahorses, get them! And, I don't know, that's it. Less irritating than 8 CR recorder. That'll come next. Right now, I'm just...
Oh, I've got a lizard folk page open somewhere and I can't find it. Alright.
I'm just
It is now the
increasing
lizard
my
folk's turn.
repertoire of wild shapes.
And they're going to attack the one that is right next to him.
Hit with both. Second one misses with both. And a hit for 4 on this one in the middle or the one at the bottom?
The one on the bottom.
Yeah, man, hey, you never know. There could be some underwater adventure coming
And
up.
now the two on the bottom that are still alive are going to take their turn. They did not like getting burned. They are going to attack Osifa. The one on the bottom's attack?
Second one hit. They do 2 attacks.
Yes, they do. They make 2 melee attacks, each with
Okay.
a different weapon.
I was just wondering if this one had 2 bites.
Oh, yeah, the second one should have been a heavy club.
I think the
Okay, I
stats
think
and
it's
mods
a
are the same. Yeah, it's just plus
Yeah,
4,
the mods are the same on them.
D6.
Okay, so the 18 hit.
The second one uses the heavy club to try to hit you. And then he bites. Oh, look. I do was a nat 20 anyways. Really?
Womp,
Really?
Okay, so the second one hit, the first one, the club did not, the bite did. Or did you, use the nat 20 on the nat
Yep,
1?
I used the nat 20 and rolled the nat 20 anyways. And that'll be the lizard folks' turn. Giant seahorses.
I don't know what kind of sound a giant seahorse makes. But they're gonna, like, I would imagine just kind of, like, lean in like a headbutt, like, Alright. And then the one, I guess that would be, like, this guy. So this one at the top is the one that hit. And then the last one will be this guy at the bottom, which misses.
Are they very effective at moving on land?
No, we're
You
in the
guys are
marsh.
in a swamp
We're in
marshy
marsh.
area. There is
Okay,
water,
okay.
so
But no, they have a 0 for land speed. They're done.
and this marsh does have water, does have standing water. I'm gonna rule it cuts their movement in half. Finrod, it is your turn.
Firebolt at the Nursed Lizard Man and Bardic Inspiration for Osifa.
And your firebolt hits, and Asfa gets her Bardic Inspiration, and it is actually her turn.
So now, what does Bardic Inspiration do other than give advantage?
It doesn't give advantage.
Oh, what does it do?
You roll, and then before Giz says if it's a hit or a miss, you can add it to what you rolled. And you can use it on an ability check or an attack roll.
Okay. Okay, so I'm mad and I'm slashing away.
We are all level
at
5.
The one to my right.
So currently there are
Okay.
5 level 5s, because Lou is absent today.
And that one definitely hit.
And this time I will also use, unless that brings him down, which I don't think it does. I'll use the offhand against the same one too.
And when you hit him with your offhand attack, it kills him.
And I glare at the third one there, ready for next round. End of turn.
Rolling.
Alright, Roland's staying on top of his wagon, and he's just going to use a short bow towards one below Osifa. Still missing.
And that shot missed. Asfa, you can see an arrow sink into the lizard folk right next to you that you just finished killing.
Rolling my eyes.
Anything else rolling?
That's it.
Yeah, that would be
Crow,
a
you're
fair
up.
encounter.
All right. Well, Crow's
Do it.
gonna
Do it.
draw his short bow and just shoot one of the lizard folk. He's gonna shoot this one here.
And that shot hits.
And that'll end his turn.
Ronald?
We will throw a produce flame at one of the lizard folks in the seahorse circle.
And that hits the one closest to you.
Sure. And then I don't think anyone on our team is really damaged, so I'm just gonna end turn.
Alright. And
See, that's why I waited to hit it.
well, I was correcting the lizard folks' hit points because I typed it in the wrong circle, so put him at -7, so I had to fix that. Alright, we're going to start with the one that's actually flashing. He's going to attack the seahorse right above him.
Poof.
And then that one's going to attack the one directly above him. Then that third guy will attack the one on the bottom. And the last one will attack Ossifa.
That second one hits. The bites are pretty bitey.
Seahorse. Alright, the first one hit.
And then done.
Finrod.
Okay. I'm just gonna say another firebolt at the closest lizard.
Spits out smaller seahorses. I want to replace the seahorse token with the one from
And that firebolt
BoJack
misses.
Horseman, where it's like the little baby.
Okay, that's my turn.
No, just me. Okay.
Ossifa.
Alright, I am going to recklessly attack this guy next to me and use the nat 20.
Yeah, slay, queen. Another d6.
Okay, roll the extra d6.
Ooh.
And that one does die.
Okay, just on the first attack. Okay. So. Hi. Second attack with my main hand.
And that hits.
And the offhand against the same one. And
And that one dies. Roland.
Alright, Roland's still going to continue with his short bow. Except he's going for this one over here. Well, actually, no. The one next to the seahorses.
And your short bow shot missed. Anger Crow.
All right. Crow's gonna hop down off the wagon.
Forgot
Just
about
come
that.
charging in.
Bojack is a great dude. Seriously, it's like my favorite show ever. Like, not even gonna lie.
Up to there.
Like, that show's only
as
like
he-
2
as he
years
kind
old.
of runs past,
I've watched the
he's just gonna be
entire series.
tumbling along,
Not an
just as, like, a
overestimate.
jumping, spinning
5
slash
times.
at this guy.
Like, it's my
He's
go-to
gonna
show.
Go ahead and use
Like-
his nat 20 as well.
I absolutely love it. It makes you feel so terrible. And I can identify with feeling terrible because secretly I'm depressed all the time. And I can identify with the characters. But we're not going to talk about
Go ahead and roll the extra d6 of damage.
It's extra 2d6 because of sneak attack.
And that kills that one.
Okay, and then he's going to go ahead and spend a key point and flurry of blows, double attack on the other. So after jumping, spinning, slashing, he's just going to spin in the air, sort of upside down, and do an upside down helicopter kick. Oh, ignore the sneak attack.
And that hits. Second one missed.
I don't know.
And then he's just going to back up to here.
Maybe another session. Like, we already made it to Waterdeep. Now we're heading
Oh, no.
towards the outpost. Throw it, produce flame! Oh, yeah, produce flame. Pew pew! Take that. Yeah, that's a good hit.
A very good hit, but the lizard folk is still standing.
Boo. Alright, I'm done.
It is now the lizard folk's turn. He's going to move up to here and try to attack Ossifa.
To go into
Bring
that's
it.
what I said earlier. Were you here for that? We were in
That's a
Waterdeep.
miss.
I was like,
That's a miss.
how about we just derail the entire campaign, go
She
to the
bears her
portal,
teeth at him.
drop down the hole. We can do it.
It is now the seahorse's turn.
They kind of scoot forward. Yeah. And then they're gonna headbutt him some more. No, they're just gonna kind of flail around him. Then they're done. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they missed. It doesn't matter.
What's that?
Because they have a charge, but they missed, so it doesn't matter.
The Finrond, it's your turn.
Another fireball.
Alright, you see your firebolt, and you see it just barely miss Ossifa, and it missed the seahorse, but it hit the lizard folk square in the chest, and he dropped dead.
Alright, that's it for me.
Is that the end of Oh, yeah.
And that ends combat.
Rano makes a small praying gesture as he thanks the fey creatures for their cooperation and drops concentration.
And Asfa cleans and resheathes her scimitars. Well, what's next?
Yeah, after this combat, is there another event, or is it rest again?
It'll be rest again. You guys finish the day off, do your long rest. No new enemies try attacking the convoy.
Tink.
And then you, on the 7th day, you guys, the place where you guys camp, you guys can see the workhouse in the distance. Looks like it's about 3 days away yet.
You would think that, except she's not dumb. Like, her intelligence is the highest of the party. So she would be able to clearly see them be summoned and know that they are friendly.
Then you guys go through the 8th day. Everything's peaceful, nothing to worry about. You guys get a long rest, so you should all be fully healed. On traveling on the 9th day, there's a small section that's lightly wooded. Everything looks peaceful and calm as you guys pass by.
Oh, I gained.
But then you hear
Should
the
have 5
usual
more
sound
hit
of
points.
combat from the front of the
Because my
convoy
modifier
and the back of the
increased.
convoy. So you guys know what's going to be happening towards the center section of the convoy.
Yep, Crow's gonna draw both of his dagger and his tanto.
As you draw them, you can see orcs and an ogre busting out of the trees, rushing the convoy.
Yes.
You had to ruin it, didn't you?
Ruin what?
11, 12, 13.
Oh, if only I'd rolled a
We
10.
needed a
I was
10.
supposed to roll a 10.
And of course, we get to start right there. Rano, you're up.
I know you can't call what I'm gonna do, but I am gonna cast Conjure Animals. However, this time,
God, that is a surprise.
I would like 8 beasts of CR 1/4, please. No, don't give him more. Wait. It's a broken record. I'm increasing my wild shape repertoire. Look, man, he keeps giving me long rests. If I have the spell slots.
You had to pick one that added another dozen to it, huh?
Yeah. Look, man, I see the beast. I can wild shape into the beast. I'm giving myself options for the long game. Riding horses? That's okay.
Did that actually roll random number of 27, or did it just roll a 1?
It just shows a 1. It doesn't show any. There you go. 19. Or 5.
Yeah, I got 5 on the second roll, so it did randomly pick.
Okay, cool. What is number 1? Tell me it's cows.
If the 5 went in, it would have been. This is an axe beak.
Oh, cool. Alright.
That's not bad.
No, 8 of those suckers? Axe beaks are big.
Yeah, but they, according to the Cobalt Fight Club, they are 1/4 for the CR.
They are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Those are a great distraction.
3, 6, that's 8, right? Yeah. Go, my X-Peaks minions! Stop them from reaching the caravan! Kill them! That's okay. Twitch feels bad for Giz. That's why he's got 2 nat 20s right now. What have I done?
Okay, is that the end?
That's the end of Rano's turn.
It is the orc's turn. Hearing you tell the axe beaks to attack, the first one, the top one there, is going to attack the guy right next to him.
Top or left? Left.
The second one down, knowing that you had cast that, is going to use a ranged attack at you.
Disadvantage? Thank you. 12 is miss.
The other two orcs are going to attack the axe beaks that are right next to them.
Ooh-wee. Yep, a hit for 7 and a hit for dead X-Beak. Oh, no, not dead.
Angry Crow.
Okay. Yep, Crow's just going to start moving in a little.
It's like an orc horse. Isn't that literally what's on the picture? Is an orc riding it?
He's going to take the dodge action and then stand there.
Ossifa.
Ooh, I like having my extra speed. Going into a rage, pulling out the scimitars and recklessly going after this thing.
And you hit him.
Oh, I don't have any more movement. I don't. It doesn't matter.
Shouldn't you?
All right, but anyway, enter. Go ahead.
No, nothing. I thought you had 5 more.
Isn't it double to get down off the wagon?
Oh, I don't know. You could just jump off, right?
Alright, Oslo, anything else?
He might be. I think he is. If I can just jump off the wagon, then he's right at 5. I'll move there to go towards that, and then the end turn.
Roland.
Alright, stand from here. Aiming at this one right here for the short bow. Nope.
Yep, your attack misses.
That's it.
Alright, 8 axe beaks.
Huh. Alright, this guy here on the outside, I guess he's going to 30, 40. Yep, he can move there. And now we're going to attack, starting from top. They're all next to somebody. Starting from the top.
The bottom one is only next to me.
I don't think he has any more move. Oh, yeah, he has 10 more move. Yeah, that's not enough to get anywhere. So, he's not going to attack. Alright, so 17 versus this guy. 21 versus that guy. And then 21 versus that same guy. All 3 to the one on top. So it looks like 12, 13, 14, 15. Then we have 2 against this dude here. Hit for 8. And then these 2 against this guy here. Hit for 11. And then this guy is sad. This big he dashes. Because he got nothing better.
And will there be anything else from the Axe Beaks?
Nope.
Finron?
What is that?
I cast Shatter on the ogre.
Oh, did you? You could totally hit the X beaks. They're disposable.
Well, there aren't too many other enemies anyway.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, it is an ogre.
Okay, that's it.
It is now the ogre's turn. He's going to move over to here. That gives the one Axe Beak an attack.
No, I wasn't trying to roll int. I was trying to link it. Oh well, he missed. When did he give 2?
He'll move the remainder of his movement speed, given the second beak. And he's going to glare at Finron for that attempted shatter.
He still takes half on a save.
Okay.
Although, geez, 9.
And I take that.
And another 7 because I used one of my nat 20s for that attack.
Whew.
I'm in trouble.
Oof.
Ronald?
Alright, measuring 65, so move to this side of the wagon, so he's within 60 feet. We're gonna send a healing word to Finron.
Thank you.
It's a 10 of 10. And then action will produce flame the orc.
And that kills that one.
And I'm finished.
It is now the orc's turn. There is one left. Osifa is the only target they can see.
That's a miss.
Crow?
All right. Well, Crow's gonna kind of spring out from hiding behind this wagon a little bit and just move up to engage with the ogre. Just start off with a stab.
Nice.
So get stabbed, and then he's going to spend a key point, and he's going to flurry of blows.
Nice.
Sorry, ignore the sneak attacks for the second 2, but there you go.
And will there be anything else, or are you done?
Yeah, he's gonna back up a bit. Should be 37 total. He's just gonna back up to there and then he's done.
Asifa, it is now your turn.
Asifa is going to recklessly go at that ogre.
It's all happening now.
Yep, that hits.
Oh, excuse me.
And with a loud grunt of pain, that ogre drops.
And without even looking, she swipes back with her offhand of it right behind her.
God, excuse me again.
Who also grunts and drops dead.
All right.
If we're still in combat, that's end of turn.
No, that's all the fun stuff I had to throw at you.
Once again, thank the Fae for their service as I drop concentration and dismiss the X-Speak army.
Well, if anybody needs a great axe, there are a few of them lying around.
Right?
A little heavy for me. I prefer things like this.
Yeah, likewise. And Asifa at this point, she's covered in blood. Cleans off her scimitars, resheathes them, glares around, looks to see, okay, so how's the rest of the caravan doing with the stuff that attacked them?
Don't mind me, just
You
cleaning
can
up the
see them
journal.
hauling a couple bodies to be buried. One of them is being carried in a very small sack, and you wonder how they got that guy to fit in that sack. The best you can assume is the ogre that attacked the front went straight down, and he went splat.
Wait, there was work to be done? I wouldn't dismiss the X-Speak army. I'd have them help dig the holes for the bodies.
The combat ended on their parts about the same time it ended for you guys. There wouldn't have been time to go help the front or the back.
No, I mean, to bury you said there were bodies. I know that we couldn't help them.
Well, it was 2 bodies from the caravan of guards that they carried off.
Yeah. Well, I got 8 giant birds that can, scratch a hole. I don't know. I'm just trying to be useful. What's next? Sleepy time?
Yes, sleepy time.
I didn't take any damage at all on that, did I?
Roland wants to toss Crow the Dragon Slayer sword and explain to him what it does. And so that way, if there's a rest or anything, he can attune to it. Or it doesn't require to know, but
Huh. Well, if you're sure.
yep, go for it.
Ha. And so the hero has a mighty weapon, ready to lay waste to his foes. You see him kind of do a bit of a mock battle, standing on top of the caravan, swinging his new short sword around.
And you guys finished that day off. No more incidences. Get up to travel on the last day to get to the roadhouse. And on the 10th day, you guys can see that you are coming upon the Karnath Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Alright, before before we start the Roadhouse, I do need to take a break, though.
I was actually just PMing you. It's already 10 o'clock. Do we want to save the Roadhouse for another session? Because I think that's the start of the next chapter.
Yeah.
The Roadhouse is the end of this chapter.
Okay.
But we can save it for next time.
It's up to you. Just. Do you think we can
All
wrap
right,
it in
we'll
an hour?
save this for our next. Maybe by then Lou will have caught a caravan and caught up with you guys.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, and that's where we are going to wrap it up for today. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in the Discord. That's where we hang out through the week. That's where we organize our games, and that's where you need to be if you want to get involved yourself. And if you want to see more, we'll be back tomorrow morning at noon Eastern for the Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So hopefully I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.